The big news out in the NFL is that Cam Newton is going to Foxborough, where he will join Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots in what promises to be an intriguing 2020 season. Now, I've heard a lot of speculation about why Newton is going to New England, but I think there is one very simple reason why he is going there, and that is simply Jarrett Stidham's not ready. Now, there are two very different reasons why he might not be ready, and one's a little bit more alarming than the other. But I'll get to the first one. The first one is he's simply not ready because this is a very complicated offense, and because of the lack of training camp and the lack of an offseason likely heading into the 2020 season, Bill Belichick does not feel comfortable handing him the reins. He might feel that Stidham is his long-term quarterback, but he doesn't want to throw him off the deep end and kill his confidence early. Because once you kill a young quarterback's confidence, it's almost impossible to bring it back up. So because of this situation with the coronavirus, because of the chance that there might not be preseason games, because of the lack of practices in the preseason, Bill Belichick is simply going, look, I'm not going to be able to get this kid ready in time. Because if they really do like Stidham, and that's the reason why they passed on a quarterback in the draft, it was an unfortunate situation because back in April, you felt like, okay, we might miss some mini camp, but training camp didn't look to be impacted, but now it does. So bringing in a veteran like Cam Newton who can hold down the fort for a year, maybe even 8 games until Stidham's up to pace, because once again, this is a highly complicated offense. And with Tom Brady, none of the backups take snaps. You don't get the reps in practice. So even though he was in this system last year, he still needs snaps. He didn't get any with Tom Brady last year. Tom Brady is notorious for not letting anyone get snaps in practice. He is that type of competitor. You just don't get reps. So now, that is the best case scenario. Here's the worst case scenario. They just feel that Jarrett Stidham's not getting it, and he won't get it. They've seen him in practice. They've seen him in meetings. Maybe there was this feeling they were hoping throughout the offseason he would show them something. But now they're getting to the point where they're like, look, he's not the guy. Let's go out and get a veteran quarterback who can win us some games, who, even though he won't really fit into New England's system, I think Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick are smart enough to create a simplistic offense for Cam Newton so he can jump right in. He's an athletic quarterback who can use his athletic ability to run with the football, create a lot of different plays out of the running game, which I think will help them, especially with the depth they have at running back. And I think that they've gotten to the point, too, in their evaluation going, okay, we don't feel Stidham's the long-term answer. Let's move forward to 2021. Let's look at the quarterbacks in that draft class, because there were talks that the Patriots were interested in a couple quarterbacks in this class. But once again, the big three, Tua, Herbert, and Burrow were off the board by the 6th pick. I don't think that they love Jake Fromm. I think that they were considering Jalen Hurts. But when they looked at everything, they felt, okay, in terms of the talent, Stidham might be maybe a notch below, but with his experience, at least in our system for a year, he's got a better shot than these younger quarterbacks. Because once again, this is a highly complicated system. And don't forget, the Patriots, they were desperate to try to keep Tom Brady. This was an organization a couple of years ago that was ready to move off of Brady for Jimmy Garoppolo. So that tells me they don't have the fullest confidence, even though they say they do in Jarrett Stidham. But to me, this Cam Newton signing is an opportunity to either A, get him more reps during the season because of the abbreviated preseason, or they've just come to the conclusion, okay, we just got to get through this season. Don't forget the Patriots, they have the most draft picks of any team heading to the 2021 draft, and it's supposed to be an incredibly deep quarterback class. You look at the top 3 guys in that class next year, they could be incredible talents. I think they're a step up above the talent in this year's draft. So the Patriots are sitting there saying, okay, we just really got to get through 2020. We can see and maybe get a better gauge of Stidham in practice because now he can get some reps and see if he's our guy. Newton at least buys us some time to either let Stidham come in, not week 1, maybe come in week 8, buys us some time, or they've just come to the realization, It's not going to work long term. Let's just get a guy who can hold down the fort for a year. We don't want to be completely awful. We want to be somewhat competitive this year. We feel it's a division where, despite losing Tom Brady, it's a division that if you win 9 games, you could likely win this division. And with Cam Newton, he gives you a chance to win 9 games. So that could be the other thing. They could feel like he gives them the best competitive advantage to win. But to me, it all comes back to that just Jarrett Stidham's not ready. And it could be just because of the pandemic. Maybe they were figuring he was going to have a lot of mini camp and a lot of training camp to get these snaps. And now he's not going to likely get them because of the coronavirus pandemic. So they've come to the realization, okay, Stidham might not be ready to go week 1. Maybe he's not the long-term answer. Let's get a guy like Newton, athletic quarterback. We can bring him in. We can make this system a little bit more simplistic. But once again, he's a talented quarterback who I do think that this is a chance for him to really resurrect his career. If he can prove he can learn in a system, and if he can develop into a more efficient passer at this point in his career, it makes him a more attractive free agent for next year. Bill Belichick's known for this, taking guys at their lowest point and help building them back up. So this could be a great opportunity for both the organization and Cam Newton. But once again, to me, it just comes down to a simple thing. Jarrett Stidham is not going to be ready to start the 2020 season, whether it's for the long-term reason or the short-term reason. Either way, Patriots feel they need to get a veteran quarterback, and that is why they signed Cam Newton, who will be under center week 1 in Foxborough. Do you want more great NFL content? Hey, you're going to have to hit that subscribe button, and I promise you, you're not going to want to miss any of the latest coming out only here on Rich Sports Talk. We'll see you next time.